Sister Wives. I don't think the drama is over between Kody, Meri, and Janelle Brown, despite settling of Coyote Pass dispute. Kody still has a big loose end. I don't think that the Sister Wives drama between Kody Brown and his exes, Meri and Janelle Brown, is over despite their settling of the Coyote Pass property, as Kody still has loose ends. Sister Wives Season 19 has been split into two parts that have aired a few months apart. Episodes 1 to 20 aired from September 2024 to early February 2025, and the second part of the season began on April 20th. The second part only featured 5 regular episodes, and the tell-all episodes are currently airing. The Brown family purchased a property dubbed Coyote Pass in Flagstaff, Arizona, after the COVID-19 pandemic, while the family was still intact. However, it was split up to Kody and Robin's advantage, with Cristin Brown leaving Kody in 2021 and Janelle and Meri following suit in 2022 and 2023. They were pushing for the property to be sold. After what I felt was an arduous back and forth with aloof Kody, the Coyote Pass property finally sold in April 2025 for $1.5 million, and profits were divvied up. However, I don't think Kody is done causing trouble for his exes. Coyote Pass was meant to represent Kody's polygamous dream. He wanted to live in harmony with his 4 wives, each having separate residences, and with his kids all in one place. However, with the dissolution of his relationships, the property became more of a sadness and wrenching nostalgia of what could have been. Even though Coyote Pass is settled monetarily, I know it's common knowledge that Kody has a hard time letting things go. That property signified a lot for him, and though it might be behind him, the hurt is still there. Meri and Janelle got a fair shake of $375,000 each, but I've seen Kody prove himself to be greedy, as evidenced by his larger share in the property and subsequent $2.1 million home purchase with Robin in its wake. For context with Cristin, she sold her share to Kody for $10 upon leaving him. During Sister Wives Season 19, Kody relayed that he felt like his exes were treacherous, and I think he may still be bitter not only about the property profit split, but also the entire fact that all 3 of his wives left him, meaning the problem was him. The other drama that I see popping up is with Kody's penchant for showboating Robin. Kody likes to unnecessarily make comments in the interviews he knows Meri and Janelle will hear, that Robin has always been his soulmate and that he gave his exes chances to live up to Robin's bar. That notion, which Kody has been pushing in the Sister Wives Season 19 tell-all, is inherently complicated for Meri and Janelle. The loose end that I'm speaking of is that Kody has lives with his children. Kody is on bad terms/non-speaking terms with most of his kids with the OG3, but he may be looking to change that after Garrison Brown's passing. That would mean there is the potential for drama if he goes that route instead of repairing things himself. Also, as long as Sister Wives keeps making seasons, then I know Kody and his ex's lives are intertwined. Since Kody does not have a filter and tends to be hot-headed about feeling wronged, Kody could cause more trouble and hurt feelings for the OG3. Since Cristin is the most removed from Kody's life, Meri and Janelle are the ones who would receive the brunt of the issues from Kody directed at them. On the surface, it might seem like peace has finally been restored among the remaining Brown adults after the long-drawn battle over Coyote Pass was seemingly settled. With legal paperwork in place and lines drawn in the desert dust, fans of Sister Wives might assume this chapter is closed. But for those of us who followed the tangled web of Kody, Meri, and Janelle Brown over the years, it's clear this drama is far from over. If anything, the quiet might just be the calm before another emotional storm. The Coyote Pass saga was never just about land. It was about loyalty, broken promises, power plays, and bruised egos. It symbolized more than shared property. It was a stage where old wounds were reopened, where Kody's favoritism and failed leadership played out in high definition, and where Meri and Janelle found themselves reevaluating years. Decades of commitment to a man who, by many accounts, had emotionally checked out. Now that the dust has settled and the deeds have been distributed, the question isn't whether the Coyote Pass conflict is over. It's what lingers underneath, and from what we can see, that answer is plenty. Meri Brown. A clean break or lingering resentment. Meri may have walked away from the spiritual marriage with Kody, but one thing has always been clear: she's never fully let go of the pain. Her attachment to Coyote Pass was emotional. She often referenced the land as a symbol of hope for unity, even if it never quite materialized. Settling her portion might seem like closure, but does it feel like justice? After all, Meri was the first wife, the one who helped build the foundation of this plural marriage, and yet she was the first to be emotionally pushed out. By the time the Coyote Pass argument came to a head, Kody had long stopped seeing Meri as a partner. Fans watched as her once strong presence was diminished into a painful shadow of what once was. For Meri, agreeing to any deal on Coyote Pass might have been more about finally stepping off the roller coaster than reaching mutual understanding. But don't be fooled by her composed exterior. Meri has mastered the art of subtle digs and meaningful silences. In her cryptic social media posts and recent interviews, there's an undercurrent of bitterness that hasn't quite healed. The land may be sorted, but the emotional terrain, still rocky. Janelle Brown, done with Kody, not with the fight. Janelle, ever the practical one, once saw Coyote Pass as her future home. She even lived in an RV on the property for a time, trying to make the dream a reality when others dragged their feet. Her bond to that land was rooted in independence and survival. She wasn't chasing fairy tale unity like Meri. Janelle wanted something she could claim as hers. When Kody pushed back or failed to take decisive action, Janelle's frustration boiled over. Their dynamic turned from distant partners to outright adversaries. And while Janelle has made it clear she's moved on from her marriage, it's not in her nature to simply forget. Settling the land issue likely felt like a necessary evil to her, closure on paper, not in heart. Janelle's strength lies in her ability to call out Kody's contradictions without spiraling into theatrics. She's dropped some of the most iconic truth bombs of the series, and fans have taken notice. Now that she's no longer bound by the emotional red tape of plural marriage, she might finally feel emboldened to speak more freely. The settlement may have been about ownership, but the fallout is still very much about power. Kody Brown, the puppet master left without strings. Kody, for all his bravado, is a man unraveling at the seams. With Cristin gone, Meri out, and Janelle effectively done with him, he's clinging to what's left with Robin, and even that seems fragile. The Coyote Pass dispute exposed just how much he relied on control to maintain the illusion of harmony. Once that control was challenged, especially by Janelle, he began to spiral. The land was supposed to be his legacy, a symbolic promise to his family that they'd build something lasting together. But when wives began walking out and questioning his vision, that promise crumbled. Settling Coyote Pass wasn't a victory for Kody, it was a concession, a white flag wrapped in property lines. What makes the situation even more volatile is Kody's ego. He doesn't like to lose, and he certainly doesn't like to be made a fool of. Janelle calling him out, Meri disengaging on her own terms, and Cristin thriving without him. It's all chipping away at the persona he worked so hard to craft. There's a deep chance he hasn't processed what he's lost or how his choices led to this fractured endgame. That kind of self-delusion has a way of bubbling back up, and not quietly. The powder keg is still there. The truth is, the Browns have been operating like a Cold War for a long time now. Just because the shouting has stopped doesn't mean the resentment has disappeared. There are still unsaid things, unsettled hearts, and, perhaps most importantly, unfilmed confrontations that could change everything. Rumors continue to swirl about new seasons and behind-the-scenes filming, and if TLC has taught us anything, it's that no storyline ever truly ends. Fans are already speculating that the next chapters of Sister Wives will feature the fallout from the settlement. Not in courtrooms or deeds, but in conversations, confessions, and possibly explosive reunions. Will Meri finally confront Kody about how discarded she felt? Will Janelle unleash more truths now that she's not protecting the family's image? And will Kody ever truly take accountability, or will he retreat further into his Robin-only bubble and rewrite history as he sees fit?